Welcome. In this video, you'll learn how to use the target submission function of the Pro version of Plastic IQ. Target submission in the Pro version allows your company to be publicly recognized for committing to take action and work toward meeting your 2030 plastic packaging waste reduction targets. You are not required or obligated to publicly submit your targets through the Pro version of the tool. However, we highly encourage Plastic IQ users to submit targets and increase industry transparency while also helping to create a ripple effect of change throughout the plastic value chain. Let's explore the target submission function together. To begin, you'll want to create a Pro registration. You can choose to submit targets for your company or from one of the brands or business units. For this example, let's dive into a strategy focused on elimination and greenhouse gas reductions at the company level. I've pre-populated my company's baseline and already added in a strategy that I want to achieve by 2030. When you click on Show Results, you're taken to screen 6, where you see the results from the strategy created through steps 3, 4, and 5. Let's take a closer look. This section is all about action. And we're calling on companies across the US to be part of the solution to reduce plastic packaging waste. In this section, you see how the new strategy you've developed in Plastic IQ would perform in 4 overarching target categories. If your strategy meets specific thresholds for each of the target categories, you can achieve the silver or gold leader. If you do not meet certain thresholds, you achieve an adopter level. The default target year in Plastic IQ is set as 2030. However, you can use this toggle to set your targets for the year 2025. You'll see that by changing the target year from 2030 to 2025, several of the percentages within our target categories, as well as corresponding award levels, have changed. The new percentages in each of the target categories are now set to be met by 2025. As needed, you can reevaluate your strategy on screens 3, 4, and 5, and change the years lever on each of those screens. Similarly, you can turn on and off the third target category toggle that commits you to achieving option 2 in enhanced recyclability by design. If at any point in the process you wonder how this target was calculated, you can click on the corresponding question mark to review the calculation method. Before we go to the next screen to choose and submit targets for the leaderboard, let's review the criteria and thresholds for the 4 target categories. To achieve Gold Leader, you'll need to achieve 3 of the 4 target categories in the gold level. To achieve Silver Leader, you'll need to achieve 2 of the 3 target categories in silver or higher. If you do not meet the silver or gold medals in any of the target categories, but you choose to set your strategy and submit it, you will achieve the adopter level. Plastic IQ allows you to build out an actionable roadmap that your company would need to take to achieve your new strategy by 2030 or sooner. Now, where did that strategy come from? In steps 3, 4, and 5, less packaging, and better system, you developed a strategy. And this is where the final percentages within each of the 4 target categories originated. The virgin plastic reduction target comes from a combination of less packaging and better packaging. To achieve silver, you need to reduce your virgin plastic usage below the 2020 baseline by your set target year. This can be done with the reduction levers on less packaging, and also by switching out of plastic or increasing recycled or bio-based content on the better packaging page. Hovering over the source wedges chart on any of the pages, you can compare virgin plastic in your target year to 2020. To achieve gold, you must reduce your virgin plastic by 20% in your target year compared to 2020, and also reduce your absolute plastic usage by 10% in your target year compared to 2020. Again, this can be done with the levers and less packaging, as well as substitute levers on better packaging. For the second target category, at least 30% of the total remaining plastic mass should come from recycled or bio-based content. This is the Gold Leader threshold. Let's move on to the third target category, designed to enhance recyclability, which you also modify in step 4. The design to enhance recyclability targets come from switching out of any of hard to recycle categories, such as hard to recycle rigids, small formats, non-PE film, pouches, other flexibles, and multi-material blends, into a recyclable category, and committing to enhance recyclability for all plastic types. This means ensuring all plastic packaging meets the APR preferred design guidance by your target year. Or you can commit to the Ellen MacArthur Foundation's new Plastic Economy Global Commitment Target to have 100% reusable, recyclable, or compostable plastics by 2025. This is especially relevant for the Plastic IQ users that are also activators of the US Plastics Pact. Finally, the 4th target category, collaborative action, provides a gold medal to companies that meet a specified threshold for voluntary financial contributions into the system annually. There are no silver or adopter medals for this category. To achieve gold, companies should invest annual financial contributions to organizations or initiatives that promote and achieve system-wide changes. The threshold to meet gold means your investment should be worth 25% of your estimated EPR fees if EPR were adopted across the US. Each of the thresholds for these 4 target categories are detailed in Section 11 of the Plastic IQ methodology document, available on plasticiq.org/resources. You can also utilize the target submission FAQ and summaries of the category thresholds on the resources page. Now let's choose the targets we would like to submit for recognition on the Plastic IQ Leaderboard, launching this fall on Plastic IQ. On this screen, you will choose which of the 4 targets you would like to have publicly displayed. The overall Plastic IQ Medal Award at the top of this page will always be shown on the leaderboard if you choose to participate. This is the medal you will receive through our customizable social media kit as a badge to share with your networks. Select which targets your company wants displayed on the leaderboard by checking the appropriate box on the left. You can also choose to not submit any targets and only have your strategy shared with your recycling partnership. Please see our FAQ for more information. For those companies who are using Plastic IQ, who are Walmart suppliers and participate in Project Gigaton, you can click this checkbox here to send the percentages and associated target categories to your user profile in Project Gigaton. Please note that this does not replace any required reporting or surveys. Now that we've selected the target categories to display publicly on the leaderboard with our company name and target year, let's click the Submit for Leaderboard button. This will send the data in the above table as well as the overall award medal to the recycling partnership. After this step, that strategy will appear with a lock icon on the homepage of your pro user profile. It's important to note that once you select and submit your targets, they cannot be changed for up to 1 year. The Plastic IQ team is assessing a tool improvement that will allow companies to edit their submitted targets after 2021. Before we end this video, let's review data security as it relates to the pro version and data submission. When you sign up as a pro user, you agree to our terms and conditions, which can be reviewed on plasticiq.org in the footer. When you choose to submit targets, you are also choosing to submit data to the recycling partnership. In summary, we will only share aggregate metrics for all companies that have submitted strategies, and only if there are enough companies to ensure that all data is anonymous. We will use the submitted data to publish the impact of the tool and encourage other companies to use it too. Finally, we want to be sure that your networks recognize the commitment your company has made to achieve ambitious plastic waste reduction targets. Once you've submitted your targets for the leaderboard, you will also receive a badge of your overall medal to use in social media and on your website. For additional questions about target submission through the pro version of Plastic IQ, please see our FAQ on plasticiq.org/resources. Thanks, and we look forward to seeing your company take the lead.